Today, I'm going to talk about the many issues with MultiVersus. I have about 61 hours on the game and about 24 hours in the past 4 days. I'm going to talk about all the pros and the cons and just kind of list them all off randomly. And it's going to go through the characters, the PvE, bugs, glitches, and anything else that I have noticed in the game. And before we actually begin, I just want to state that this is all a biased opinion of mine, and this is personally how I feel about the game and the overall direction of where the game is heading. And so, let's begin. The first gargantuan issue that I've seen and read online is anything to deal with characters and how long the grind is to earn one. I've put about 24 hours in this game, and I have about 8.65 credits. That gets me about 2 characters right under 3. So I can almost get a 3rd character if I grind out all of my challenges today, which I haven't actually completed yet. I grinded about 24 hours in the past 4 days, and I can only get 2 characters. Almost a 3rd character, but I can only get 2. Meaning that if I spend about 200 hours on the game, I can get 20 characters in the game. That's not all of the characters. That is only 20. If it takes me about 10 hours for 1 character, then it would be about 100 hours for 10 characters. And then if there's 20, 200. And so 200 hours is a bit much. Even 10 hours for 1 character is a lot. And I've been playing the PvP and the PvE and doing all the challenges, completing as much as I can, buying characters when I need to complete challenges, and I'm still not earning enough to get characters. And mentioning that I'm buying characters, I'm saving all my credits up just so that when the time comes that I have a challenge that I cannot complete because I'm missing that character tag or character itself, or that, like, theme of where that character's from. So, like, Arya Stark or Rick and Morty, or that IP, rather. That's what I'm saving all my points for, just so that I can earn all the characters, and it's such a headache of how much the grind is. You ready to hear what else I talked about? Basically, you know how you get temporary characters in the game and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
If you made a Steam account right now, or any other account on like a PlayStation, Xbox, right? And you booted up the game for the very first time ever, right? You would only get Shaggy. That's right.
Oof.
Yep. Because the other characters are temporary, so you can't customize them. You can earn points for them. Like my Finn, I can earn the currency and stuff to buy other characters, which that's the cheese about it. But you can't use his perks. You can't do anything with them. So you're literally only given Shaggy. Because Banana Guard, you only get if you play a second day. So you have to basically log off and play a second day to get that character. Jason is locked in a battle pass, so you either have to spend $10 or you should have gotten on the beta like a year ago. So you gotta make a time machine. Wonder Woman was only given to everybody if you played in the beta, because she was also the free character in that game. So, kind of get screwed over. You ready to hear what's the worst thing about it? The fucking PvE, man. Anything to do with the PvE is bad.
Ooh, is that bad?
Dude, who made you ready to hear a design idea in the game? There is a timer on certain levels that ends at 220. For no reason. It just ends at 220. It doesn't end at 00 that says, like, completed, right? It ends at 220 and says victory.
That's crazy.
Yep. You also can go AFK on certain levels and you still win. You can even jump off the map and still win the level. You can literally just walk off the map, defeating the whole purpose of the level. Or whatever the, like challenge was in the level. You can just jump off the level and complete it. So, like, I don't know who thought of that. You can also have challenges be about specific tags, which I'm going to explain to you in probably the easiest, simplest term. Ready to hear? There are tags on every fighter in this game that describes them, right? Challenges can have those tags, so you can have challenges that are for your weekly or daily, right? And that's the only way to earn XP towards the battle pass and stuff that are locked behind characters that you do not own. So you could have one that's for a Game of Thrones character and you don't own Arya Stark. Or one that's for Rick and Morty and you don't own Rick and Morty. So yeah, if you're someone that's a fresh new account and you only have Shaggy and then you have stuff that says, hey, you have to win 5 PvPs with an animated character or an assassin, well, you're out of luck, sorry. You ain't going anywhere with your challenges. You can't refresh challenges or anything. Which that would be a nice fix to that. Even giving the player 2 free character tokens, which is a thing in the game, by the way. If you're someone that bought the Founders Pack during the beta, you get Battle Pass tokens and character tokens. That allows you to automatically unlock that stuff for free. Which is insane.
It's actually criminal how hard it is to unlock characters in that game.
Just unlocking characters is so criminal, or you can go to the store and spend $10. Or $12.50 for the Joker. For whatever reason. So yeah, you want to spend like $200? Or do you want to spend 400 hours? That's the best way to put it, too. And even if I say, okay, 200 hours or $200, that sounds awful either way.
Yeah, it's still horrible.
For a free-to-play fighting game. And it's a fighting game. It's all about having the characters, too. And I'm not saying get rid of the characters. Like the characters being locked behind a currency system is fine. As long as they make it super less grindy. Like 5 hours for a character. Ready? I only told you half of the stuff, by the way.
Oh, what?
Yep. Yeah, that's only half of the issues with the game. Also, with challenges and stuff, in the PvE, there are certain missions. Ready to hear why the PvE is even more garbage? Because I only talked about half of the PvE issues. There are certain levels and stages that are locked behind characters. That's right. You have to have specific characters to complete the PvE. You have to have Banana Guard, Joker, a Velma. You have to have Velma and a specific variant skin that she is wearing, where Velma is wearing a graphic tee. Yep. You have to have Lady Banana Guard, which takes hopping on the game for 7 days straight, I'm pretty sure. Or it's like 5 to 7 days, something like that. You ready to hear what else is wrong with the PvE? You have to 100% it, or you have to get 100 of these green stars. So you don't exactly have to 100% it, but you have to get 100 of these, like, green challenges, okay? They're, like, rewards that you get for each level, and there's 5 of them, right? Well, this is something, if you're a solo player, you cannot complete it, because every single level has a challenge where it says, bring another player with you into the battle. Which means you have to have a second person grind it out with you, the PvE, the whole time. Ooh. There's also certain challenges that say, win the match with the Joker. So you have to spend your currency that you barely get on characters that you might not even like, just to complete challenges in the PvE. Or you can do, like, the crappy challenges and try your hardest to complete them all. Like doing the jump rope, staring at cards and remembering them. Smashing the, like, plates. I like doing all the PvP stuff, but, man. Oh, you ready to hear what else? I forgot. The gems. There are gems in this game, which are just, like, items you earn that, like, do stats to your characters, right? You know what the gems do? Guess what they did? No, they ruined it. The difficulties in the game are locked behind gem levels. So the gems that you, you have to level up to a specific level to earn a harder difficulty in the game. Awesome.
And some of the difficulties are just not in there.
Yep. Insanity right now is unavailable. Looney requires gem level 9, and it doesn't come out until July 10th. Yeah. The game might not even be alive by then. I hope it is, because it's fun. The gameplay is actually enjoyable to do like 2 players like fighting each other. Like 2v2 is actually fun. It's really fun. But the PvE is, there's so many issues with it. So many like design flaws of just having the timer end, you jumping off the map, having stuff locked behind gem levels instead of just giving it to you right away. Also, you want to hear something about the gem levels and stuff and the gems themselves? There's a store for the gems for you to buy gems with real money.
Oof.
Yep. So, if you're struggling in the PvE, you can just buy your way to the top. Buy your way to unlocking Agent Smith if you want. Which Agent Smith is locked behind having to complete the PvE on every single difficulty. Which is just kind of boring. Repeating the PvE like 6 times if you do it 100% each time. If not, you have to go back in and redo some levels just to get enough stars to get 100 out of 100. Okay? You ready to hear what else, Ryan? I only talked about the PvE and the characters. Wow. You ready to hear more? This might actually be halfway through. The missing features from the beta. Man, the beta was entirely different. There was leaderboard, stats, placement in the world, comp. You could swap your perks during the, like when you rematch, you could swap your perks. That's not a thing. Right now, all you can do is figure out how many wins you have and how many rainouts, your recent win rate, and you can see your, like, what level you are, but that's it. There is no comp. There is nothing that tells you are top 10,000 in the world anymore. That used to be a thing. I remember being a top 10,000 Taz. Ethan did insanely well as Velma. Like, you could see all those stats, and it was really cool to see that stuff. And also, when you finished the match, right, it told you how many KOs you had. That's not a thing anymore. It just shows you a blank banner at the end of the game.
Oof.
Also, there's just random bugs and glitches. I literally posted one today that's an audio glitch of a goat screaming on the main screen.
I've done nothing.
What is that bug? Wait. What is that bug? I am hearing a goat crying in MultiVersus. I literally cut the clip there because I was like,
interesting.
I like immediately logged out of the game because I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird bug.
Also, you ready to hear other issues with the game? Earning a different type of XP only for battle passes. There is an XP that is only for battle passes in this game. That is different from normal XP that you get from games.
Damn,
you can't
they actually made it worse than Overwatch.
Yep,
That's crazy.
you can't earn it from normal PvP fights. You cannot earn it at all. You have to do your challenges, and that's how you earn it. That's so dumb. Also, there's hidden or locked features that are in the game that we can't access, right? If I swap the game mode, there is 2v2, 1v1 ranked coming soon. We don't know when. It doesn't have a date, meaning that it's not done. So just showing this stuff and having it locked is kind of, it's good to know that it might be coming, but then again, it could never be added regardless. So it could just be something that they kind of taunt us with. If the game doesn't do well, they could never add comp, and it could just sit here locked. That's the same thing with the PvE. The PvE difficulties could never come out because, say, July 4th, the game just, like, dips so poorly. And, like, nobody ever comes back for whatever reason. Or, like, some other free-to-play game comes out that just is like another fighting game. What could happen? I'm just being devil's advocate. The only good thing is that they're at least adding stuff, like, every 4 days. Also, you want to hear something else that's worse? Some players lost some of their stuff from the beta. So they lost characters that they had to earn. They lost that. The camera position in the game, when you win certain levels, is just not done correctly. So Iron Giant's, like, head is cut off. Black Adam's face is gone. Stuff like that. And it looks very silly. The map hazards are so insane that they will insta-kill you. They will literally get rid of you on one hit. You can literally get stuck on the side of the map if you get punched inside a tube. You are guaranteed lost a life. And you can't, like, map vote which I don't think was a thing in the beta. And that was another thing. How long is it even possible to complete the battle pass in this game? Is it even possible? It could be possible, but like only 1% of people are going to be able to complete it. Not like the average. I feel like a ton of people always complete battle passes. So you would have to be like the top 1% of players to complete it in this game. Because it uses that specific battle pass XP. I do think the store is a headache. Just already having a Rift store, a Fighter store, a Prestige store. And the Prestige store is the actual free-to-play player store, which is nice. That's actually something, that's a pro. That's a good thing about the game. The core, like, gameplay itself of 2v2 is super fun. Actually being given a battle pass for free and being able to earn currency that may allow you to buy the next battle pass is super nice. The fact that even if you missed out on Jason, you can get him 2 months later, which sucks, but at least you can get him eventually. The PvP has the game has a ton of good things too. All the characters are actually usable. It's very fun. The ways to like fix the game too is that you can just give out character tokens which already exist in the game that you can just subsequently give out to players. But like the ways they can fix it is just giving out those character tokens to players when they start the game, and maybe you earn 2 of them for completing the tutorial, which everyone has to do anyway. So then you earn 2 free credits so you can buy whatever character you want, and it doesn't feel like it hurts you in the long run. So you at least have a second chance. And they already exist in the game, they can give them out. That, or they could lower how long it takes to earn a character, which I feel is roughly 10 hours. It could be a little bit less, it could be a little bit more. They should make that 2 to 5 hours, 5 hours at most, 2 hours if they're very nice, so that it takes 20 hours to earn a character, which seems reasonable enough, because then people will keep playing the game because of the challenges and the stuff that, and that's another thing. They're adding stuff constantly every 4 days to this game. Random, like, rifts, random challenges, even though the challenges can be complained about in their own, like, ways. And that's another thing on top of it. That's the ways to solve, like, the characters. To solve the PvE, you gotta just make it way more enjoyable. And the gems shouldn't lock the difficulties behind. And maybe some of the challenges shouldn't be about having a duo, and maybe that's just like a bonus for having a duo. That you earn like more points, or I don't know. I think locking it so that solos can't play really does hurt the game a little bit. I think the bugs and glitches will pan out. That just can always be cleaned up with the game. Even the netcode and network issues have been cleaned up over time. So a lot of issues can be fixed. I think every issue that there is with this game can be fixed and make the game go from lasting like say 6 months to maybe a year, and actually be very popular and be able to stand its ground and actually exist as a fighting game for quite a bit of time. I just hate the idea of having everything in a shop, and it feels like that's the only way to like progress in this game. And I just somehow fell off the map. I teleported it off. Lovely.
You know I had to.
So yeah, all of the issues. And then locking and challenges. You could solve challenges by just making them, by getting rid of any that exist for characters and the tags. The tags is just a dumb idea, and it really hinders the game. It's fine to like show it off and show the characters and tell them like, hey, it's a mage, it's a bruiser, it's an assassin. That can kind of stay, but making it where it's so specific that you might need Arya Stark or Rick and Morty, or you need to have a caped character, that's just no casual player is gonna pay attention to that. And even when you do, it's just gonna be a headache that you have to purposely waste your points that you barely collect, in which you're only gonna spend, say, if it takes you 10 hours to get a character, and you have to waste those points immediately on a character for a challenge that you don't even enjoy, that's just not beneficial to the player. And that just like hurts them. They don't feel like they've been rewarded well, and it makes them feel like they're not gonna keep playing the game. The Battle Pass, I am still questioning if that's even possible. I am so curious about the math, because I feel like it takes you roughly 2 tiers a day, so maybe you can complete it with everything. But that doesn't mean that the tiers will get more and more. You might need more and more XP as you progress through the Battle Pass. And so it might take longer. It's going to be very close, and I feel like it's going to be very difficult to complete unless you're playing the game for like 2 hours every single day, and you're completing every daily without them requiring you to have some kind of specific tag that I mentioned beforehand. So you'll have to get very lucky and have a lot of the characters already unlocked, or have the temporary characters help you complete those challenges. Yeah, and I think specifically these events are actually quite fun. I like how they're releasing them every like 3 to 4 days, and it allows people to find something refreshing and new on the game. I actually really enjoy that. That's like a really positive feature of this game, is having that. Even having the training, the dailies themselves, the weeklies, the Joker's Ruse, that's all pretty nice to have as a free-to-play player. Even being able to earn the Gleamium and be able to eventually buy, say, like the LeBron's Hoops Hero, like, skin pack. You might be able to save up enough points eventually to get it. Or you can just collect stuff throughout the Battle Pass if you played in the beta, and be able to collect prestige points and buy like a skin, an announcer pack, or any of these items. Basically just by playing for free, which a lot of games kind of don't do anymore. I truly believe that the game can be really good. It can be better than Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl. Okay? It can definitely be better than that. But like that's the whole point of making this. This is the whole point. Is to kind of reflect on previous fighting games and realize that some poor decisions in the game can ruin the actual outcome and the lifespan of the game.
To be honest, no fighting game actually does that. But the problem is that Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl already had a small cast, and the amount of characters they removed was equivalent to the amount they added. So there was the same total fighters without DLC.
Bad. But I just think with MultiVersus,
the actual problem.
I was gonna just say, all these little things in MultiVersus can negatively harm the game and make its lifespan.
Negatively harming the
they
game.
are negatively harming the game, and can make the lifespan go from 6 months to only 2 to 1 month, causing the game to essentially fall through and not be playable anymore. I think the game has the potential to get better, and if they fix all of these problems, the game can turn out to be a really fun, enjoyable fighting game.